Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Universe, 7 times Mr. Olympian, 38th Californian governor, and Time magazine listed him as one of the 100 most influential person in the world. He has multiple titles as a bodybuilder, as a politician and other things, but now he is coming back. Usually, Arnold always used to tell, I'll be back. So he is back with the New York Times best-selling book 7 Tools for Life. Be useful. A quick summary of the 7 tools are: before you lose interest, it's about vision, aiming big or thinking big, working hard, nothing new actually, selling yourself, shifting gears, shutting mouth and opening your mind, and break the mirrors or break the habit of yourself. Let's get started. So, chapter 1 is have a clear vision. Vision is important. If you are following self-help books, I think this is one of the things which usually come across in most of the scenarios. So having a clear vision is somehow challenging. If some people ask somebody, most of the people or 90% of the people don't have no idea. They're just living the life. But what Arnold is trying to explain is the importance of vision or having a meaning, a purpose that will have immense energy to drive you. So that will not allow you to choice. Like if you think that, okay, most of the things what's happening in our life, you are not having a choice, which relatively yes, but mostly no. You still have an opportunity to decide and telling no. So if you are struggling, because from Arnold experience he's telling, you don't have to be very precise in that way. Like you don't have to be very precise, I'll be that. If you picture yourself or if you manifest yourself, this is not somewhere going with secret or law of attraction, not there. Even Arnold is somehow blaming that book also here, but we are not there. But the point is that he's telling, if you are not sure, start broad and then zoom in. So start broad in some way. Like Arnold have a very vague vision of having America and become someone in a movie actor and all these things. So if you doubt, he's telling, as per surfer Garrett McNamara, go to your 3-year-old of yourself and try to see what that 3-year-old was liking to do, because that 3-year-old don't have any external pressure, no other society or any other influences for that person. He is a true being there. So that will give an inspiration. He's telling about Steven Spielberg. Spielberg has no influence in making movies and all. But one day, he was liking TV shows and all, but one day his father come and give him a movie camera. That actually endorsed curiosity in Spielberg, and he tried to investigate more, and that passion actually drive and reach him. So you don't have to be very precise on what you are, because usually tell that universe will conspire for you. If you follow Deepak Chopra and all, you know what I'm telling. It's like a meaningful coincidences. Even the whole world physics is based on mechanics or quantum mechanics and all. It's the theory of probabilities and like how the observer is looking and all. We are not going there much, but the point is that create a space and time. If you are fully occupied with your life, then there is no space for a vision to evolve. So he is telling an example is walking. That is not necessary walking. We'll come to walking. Is before that used to tell that Jeff Bezos used to have dishwashing. That will give some ideas. Or Bill Gates about poker. Even Archimedes, he got his eureka moment during birth. So such silly moments like shaving, bathing and all such things can give us some space. That's true. But here, coming back to walking, is explaining about William Wordsworth, Albert Einstein, Aristotle, Friedrich Nietzsche. All of them have or even Immanuel Kant. he's not explaining there, but all of these philosophers, somehow walking is making us to a flow state where the things will come to you like that. So visualize it and see it. If you follow our earlier books and all about right about sports and all, we have a right call and all. We have a book by in the summary. So it talks about Michael Phelps. So vision was somehow actually inspiring Phelps. He was visualizing his success, and we have to think it in terms of past tense. It's already happened. It's somehow like believing and emotionally manifesting it. Also, Arnold is telling, if you have a clear vision, then you can tell no to many things. If you don't know where you are going, any road will take you there. But if you know where you are going, you can ignore many signboards and many offers, and you can go to your own path. So Arnold was offering some 200,000 per year offer for becoming an ambassador for fitness and all, but he tell no to that. Even though a normal bodybuilder get 50,000 during that time, Arnold just get away from that offer. So that will be also helpful, having a clear vision. Also, finally, look at the mirror or put a telescope on you. Another way, looking at the mirror is usually practiced by Steve Jobs, Jack Welch and all. They try to look at yours, because when you look at your mirror, our last chapter is actually breaking the mirror. But here we are looking at the mirror. We want to see ourselves, we want to question ourselves, and we have to reflect on ourselves. That is really important as well. Never think small. Imposter syndrome. Maybe you know that most of the people feel like they are not eligible to attain such a position. If you look at most of the people, that is having a benefits. If you read by Adam Grant and all, it is all explaining such thing. Think again. But here, opportunities. When opportunities come, do your best. There is a German saying as per Arnold's, wenn schon, denn schon. He's telling there is one crazy person as crazy as Arnold. His name is James Cameron. And he is an embodiment of this vention tension. What it means is that if you do something, do it with all what you have. You don't have to hold anything. Just give your 101% on that. So if you look at what Cameron has built, like Titanic, he make a 40 million. That time Titanic was the most budget cost film there, and he even go to Russian submersible to the down to see the Titanic, and even lot of other things. He even make the whole ship exactly as it is. He don't want to miss the detail. He want the people to be there. No excuses, no compromises. That's what James Cameron. And after Titanic, that was actually the biggest blockbusters of all time. Then came Avatar, which also just break the record. Until then, nobody break that record of Titanic. So ignore the naysayers and rejections. That's also Arnold is telling, like, rejections came. Many people have been rejected. Airbnb has been rejected by 7 investors. Walt Disney was become bankrupt. Netflix was been rejected by Blockbuster. Tesla, even Elon Musk has been get out by Apple. Both of them is now a conglomerates, and that's actually important. So rejection is not something which you have to think. You can still think small. That will give energy. And also, there is no plan B. If you put plan B, then you are making yourself small on that. So you don't have to think small. Make only plan A and put all the efforts for that. Breaking records. Also, you have to break your own records. Sometimes you feel like maybe you try to compete with someone, and at some point in time you feel like, okay, you already done. So that's not going to help. So you have to break your own records. If you remember, like Edmund Hillary, when he was climbing Everest, before him there was almost like 32 years, many people tried to climb there, almost a dozen of people like that. And Hillary was the only person won that. And when Hillary was there on the top, he was actually looking at another another mountain there, and that will be his next summit, and he climbed that one. He climbed multiple uh, mountains afterwards. So the point is that after Hillary, 30 years after that, 200 people climbed to the Everest, and that becomes an addiction to greatness. So from Michelangelo did not stop. He make 16 Chapel and many other drawings. Elon Musk did not stop with PayPal. He going to build SpaceX and Tesla and all. So you don't have to stop. If you have a thinking, like you have to have a proper vision and thinking big, you can still do it. Doing it and doing it and doing. Because success is not a destination, it's a process, it's a journey. So chapter 3, work your ass off. Work, there is no substitute. Maybe you learn from the school hard work and all. But the point is that there is no hard work here. You don't have to make it hard. Even though the terminology wise you are putting yourself best there, you don't have to do it hard. You can work in passion. Thomas Edison told that success is 99% perspiration. Woody Allen told that 80% of the success is showing up. But the math is somehow different there. But Jimmy Dean, the singer, told that do what you say and do it always better. So you have to do it the best what you can. Like for example, imagine if Edmund Hillary was being taken to the Everest using a helicopter. He will not have that feeling of success and that motivation to climb more. That's important. Even Muhammad Ali used to tell that, the famous boxer, that I only count sit-ups when I start paining my legs. So that's the thing. So everything, even what Arnold was doing when he was doing Terminator, he tried to study the script same like James Cameron. He was having a complete vision of everything what is happening in the movie. When he is into politics as a California governor, he used to read every books and every newspaper and every resource as what he have. So slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So pain is temporary. Even Navy SEALs, the instructors don't train people until the SEALs are being exhausted. Because when they are getting exhausted, that is the time only some learning will happen. So the point is that we have 24 hours a day. 8 hours will sleep, 8 hours maybe you will go for work. Remaining 8 hours you can spend with family and all these things. If you can get at least 1 hour or 2 hour out of that to spend on your vision, that will still increment to a big outcome. It will have a compound effect on you. Chapter 4, sell, sell, sell. It is not necessary that you are working on a sales position you are selling. Everyone is selling. Even if you are working, or if you are just not doing any work, you just be in a home, when you are having any transaction with somebody, that's actually selling. There is some give and take happening there. So the point is that Arnold, when he was becoming a bodybuilder and all, that time bodybuilders are not having that much good esteem in the society like now. They are considered as freaks. So they have to sell a vision. So every interviews what Arnold got, he will tell the story in the positive light. He will publicly commit. Like Muhammad Ali used to tell that I will break my opponent on this round. I will be like a bee and something like. So when you publicly commit something, that will have a more inspiration to stay as it is. So also you have to acknowledge what happened and tell the world what is happening. The point is that you don't have to underestimate the intelligence of people and intelligence of people around you. A good salesman is someone who make a customer for life. I'm not talking about a sales job, something overall. A good salesman is someone who make a customer for life. A customer retention is 100%. And he will give more than what we are expecting. And customer will have a feel that they are leaving with a better end of the deal. Even though you are getting what you want, if customer feel that he is getting more than what he is getting, and you are providing more than what he is expecting, and he is still a customer for life, then that is the most or the greatest salesman ever. So the point is that when you have an opposition, because always every time it will not be like a TV advertisement or all, you will have an oppositions, there will be rejections in all of the people, but you can answer opposition by bridging, by trying to understand where that question is coming from, the premise of that question, acknowledge that and bridge to your point. That way you are selling your ideas. Chapter 5, shift gears. WD-40, maybe you know that liquid. Its full form is water displacement 40th formula. What it really means that the inventor who worked on that, he tried 39 times, he failed, and the 40th formula worked. That's why that particular spray, which is used by most of the households and including the engineers and everybody, WD-40, that's where it came the name. And you know how Thomas Edison, the light we have in our background, same. Edison come with 10,000 bulbs to make that. Even in the books, Arnold explaining about nickel ion battery, they make 9,000 options to find it, and all of them fail. And somebody go and ask Edison, he told that we found 9,000 ways, it's not working. So that's the thing. So when you have a problematic situation, Arnold is telling, when he was facing the pandemic and all, he's telling you should not complain. His philosophy is, someone don't complain until you do something to make that things better. Then you complain about it. Because usually we have a negativity bias. We'll respond more to negativity and we'll fall. But in the Stoic philosophy and all, there is someone called amori fati, love of the fate. Just take the situation as it is. Be as it is. Not forward, not backward. Just stay in the present. Take the situation. And as we mentioned earlier, if you have a clear vision, universe is just training you to make you evolve. So you can love it and reframe your failures also, because failure is somehow an opportunity for someone to quit and someone to learn and start from there. Arnold is explaining about bodybuilding. He was losing on one of the championships because his proportion of the body was having difficulty in some legs and all. What he tried to do is that he cut his pants so that he can see his calves all the time, and all such things, just to work on the abs and all such scenarios. So whatever you are doing, do something better. Shift your gears when you have a problem. Don't have to stay there. Shift your gear, do something, a push, then try to understand and learn from the failure and go on. Chapter 6, shut your mouth, open your mind. In 1983, when Arnold was doing a sequel or preparing for a sequel for Conan the Barbarian, one guy whose name is James Cameron, we explained earlier, he came and meet Arnold. He told that I have a story. He explained the story in such a way that this is something unique, something about science fiction. It is not a villain. He's trying to explain all the parts, and he convinced Arnold, you should be the Terminator and you could be the Terminator. So that's actually then after that Arnold leave that he think about it, and then he open up your mind, and at last he convinced himself, yes, I should do this. This is something unique for me. So the what is the best quality what Arnold is telling, which make him to or capture or just find or wander or adventure into scenarios is curiosity. As a mind, he's telling, instead of only training the body, you should train your mind also. A world is a classroom. People think that degrees are important. It is, or it may be not. But if you get a degree certificate and you don't know how to work or how to just manage the world outside the college, then that degree certificate is worthless. That's a point. So the point is that you should be Ralph Waldo Emerson told that every person I met, I found him someone better than me and I learned from him. So you can be like a sponge. From every incident, from every person you meet, there is already a learning. You can just ignore that, and also you can learn from that also. So learning does not stop in the college, even if you don't take the college education. Maybe you will have a better appreciation of knowledge outside college. But the problem is that when we have been just framed around a certificate, that somehow make us take it for granted about the knowledge. So knowledge is not stopping, learning never stops. It's keep on evolving. So shut your mouth, open your mind, listen to the world, be the sponge, just attract or just understand and learn from the scenarios. Chapter 7, break your mirrors. In the first chapter, I think we talk about looking at the mirror, but here we are breaking the mirrors, breaking the you. What Arnold is trying to tell is that you have to somehow think on a big picture, on giving away, giving back. It's not always you, it is we. Everyone benefits from you. So instead of me, consider we, you work on the impact. Because even 2008, there was a Harvard study where they gave the people $5 and $20 bills. And they told that you can either do spending or you can just give away. And the people who give away was being more happier. So giving back is something like a snowball. Even though Arnold was not supporting the secret and all, even in the secret, the book Secret, it's telling that when you give something charity or something, that feeling of abundance itself will create more abundance for you. Even the giving away will produce a neurochemical called vasopressin. So give you a sense of purpose. So that's somehow the conclusion of the book. If you like to look at further, I would advise we will look at the summary Build the Life You Want in our channel by Oprah Winfrey and Arthur C. Brooks. Please have a check on that summary as well. Until we come across with the next book, bye for now.